What's up, everybody? My name is Brandon. This is Potty Sports, your spot for uncensored and unfiltered sports opinions. Today's the day, 2021 NFL mock draft. I've been waiting about a month to do this and put it on YouTube, and I have been doing mock drafts this entire time, just kind of preparing myself for it. We're 6 days out, and I've got the jitters. Miami Dolphins have 2 first-round picks, and let's just pray that they get them right. But thank you to the people at Zoom for making this possible. I mean, thanks, fuckers. Appreciate it. Pretty cool. New little thing. It's going to be more like a stream than it is a video, but it's a video nonetheless. I know people have been waiting for my opinion on the NFL draft, so without further ado, we're going to dive right into this. Okay, the first overall pick is obviously going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. This pick has kind of been set in stone for probably since the beginning of the college year last year, or even the year before that, at the end of the year before that. No surprise, no shock. He's at the top of everybody's mock draft. I think it's kind of locked in at this point. I'm taking Trevor Lawrence, quarterback from Clemson, going first overall to the Jacksonville Jaguars. That brings up the second overall pick, going to the New York Jets. You could go Zach Wilson, you can go Justin Fields, you can go Trey Lance, you can go Kyle Trask, Mac Jones. I mean, you're going quarterback here. So I'm going to take the number 2. This is also no surprise whatsoever. I'm taking Zach Wilson, quarterback from BYU, going second overall to the New York Jets. With the third pick, the San Francisco 49ers traded up, and they are obviously going quarterback. Mac Jones kind of showed some spurts. He had a great pro day, kind of had everybody on their seats, and Justin Fields, the way the media just kind of turned on him and tried to diminish his image and tried to diminish his draft spot. I mean, it didn't really make much sense to me, but this one really took a lot of thought. I've had Mac Jones at 3 in my mock drafts previously, but at this point, I've had time to reflect. I've had time to really let things simmer and to make a rational choice. And my rational choice at number 3 is Justin Fields, quarterback from Ohio State, going to the San Francisco 49ers. With the fourth pick, this one has been a tricky one. It's got me at the edge of my seat right now because I'm really scared that the Atlanta Falcons are going to steal my pick and that us trading down was a huge mistake. But there's also plenty of offensive firepower on the board still, so my worry has kind of diminished. And Matt Ryan, I mean, he doesn't have he still has Julio Jones, but the offense was plagued with injuries last year. The defense is shit. I can see them going edge here. I can see them going corner, safety, linebacker, anything to spruce up that defense. But you also have to think, Matt Ryan, $26 million quarterback, the going downhill in his career, not statistically, but in age, he's on that decline. He put up 4,500 yards last year, around 4,500 yards, something like that. He can still throw the ball. There's no question about that. I mean, you just have to be cautious about the future. And the fact that this draft class is so quarterback heavy and offensive weapon heavy, you can't waste the fourth pick on somebody on defense. There's no generational, I guess I won't say generational talent. There's still tons of fucking talent defensively, but there's so many offensive weapons. You have to choose an offensive weapon, especially in the top 10, I believe. So with the fourth pick, Atlanta Falcons, I see them taking Trey Lance, quarterback from North Dakota State, a little insurance policy on Matt Ryan if he doesn't work out this year, if the organization decides to skip ship and ship him off to somewhere, void his contract, pay the $26 million, and be done with him. Trey Lance, it's going to be a fresh start. He's give him a year or so, and he's ready to take over. That brings up the 5th pick, the Cincinnati Bengals. Anybody see the pictures of the uniforms for the 2021 season, Cincinnati Bengals? Anybody see this big scar on Joey Baby's knee? Says it all right there. Guy needs protection. They still have T. Higgins at wide receiver. It's not red alert emergency for wide receiver right now. Joe's going to show his talent even more this year, but he needs to play full season. And in order for him to play full season, he needs to have protection. So this was a no-brainer for me. Cincinnati Bengals, 5th overall pick. I'm taking Penei Sewell, tackle from Oregon, to protect Joey Baby. And the moment we've all been waiting for, the 6th pick in the draft, going to the Miami Dolphins. Do we go wide receiver? We got Chase on the board. We got Smith on the board, Waddle on the board. We're definitely not jumping ship right away to get our running back. Running back is a red alert emergency. We picked up Will Fuller in the offseason. We still have Devontae Parker. Preston Williams is coming back from injury. We have like 12 receivers on the roster right now. Brian Flores is our coach. Used to be a coach for the New England Patriots. They had this little system with these 2 guys named Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez that absolutely fucking shit on teams. I see Brian Flores wanting to bring that back. So for that reason, 6th pick, Miami Dolphins, fins up, baby. I am taking Kyle Pitts, tight end from Florida, going to Miami, staying in Florida. And with the 7th pick, the Detroit Lions, no-brainer here, top need, wide receiver. Why wouldn't you take a wide receiver? You're going to take the best wide receiver in the draft. You're taking Jamar Chase, wide receiver from LSU, going 7th to the Detroit Lions. And with the 8th pick, Carolina Panthers, they got Sam Darnold in the offseason. I mean, he hasn't really gotten a fair shot so far, rotting away in New York. He needs a fair shot. He needs at least a season to see what he's actually made of, maybe even 2 seasons. You got to give him a weapon. And what better weapon than the Heisman Trophy winner? I am taking Devontae Smith, wide receiver from Alabama, 8th for the Carolina Panthers. That brings up pick number 9, Denver Broncos. Drew Lock is literally fucking atrocious. You're not going to win many ball games with him at quarterback. You already need a fresh start. You already need to pull the eject button. And this guy really coughed up a storm or worked up a storm in the offseason so far. On his pro day especially, he's really got people talking. I'm taking Mac Jones, quarterback from Alabama, 9th, going to the Denver Broncos. I think it's going to be a match made in heaven. And with the 10th pick, going to the Dallas Cowboys, you could go tight end, but that defense is so fucking atrocious, no offense. But you need to spruce that up any way you can. Jerry is a put your money where your mouth is kind of guy. He goes out and buys whoever he wants. Unfortunately, he has literally bought only offense in the last probably 3 or 4 years. And the defense has really suffered for it. Defense is the reason why the Dallas Cowboys aren't the team that they used to be, the playoff team every year that they used to be. They need to return back to that form. Jerry kind of scared me with his whole Kyle Pitts rumors and, I could use me at Kyle Pitts. And, Kyle Pitts needs to come down here. Like, Kyle Pitts doesn't need to go down there. You have the best wide receiver core in the NFL. You have Dak Prescott coming back from injury, and you have Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield. I think the offense is going to be okay if you skip the offense on the 10th overall pick. For that reason, I'm going to spruce up the defense for the Dallas Cowboys. I am taking Patrick Surtain, the 2nd, cornerback from Alabama, going to the Dallas Cowboys at 10. New York Giants, 11th pick. Can't say I know much about the New York Giants. I know that they have the fastest man in the NFL, Daniel Jones. Might need to protect that guy. Just saying. Needs are tight or tackle, guard, and edge. The whole team needs to spruce up, quite frankly, in my opinion. But why not go tackle? Like, why not go the second best tackle in the draft? Still a very solid tackle, still a very solid player and choice. I'm going Rashawn Slater, tackle from Northwestern, going to the New York Giants to get a little space for Daniel Jones to hit those holes and really pick up some speed. With the 12th pick, going to the Philadelphia Eagles, they just came out and said that Jalen Hurts' spot as starting quarterback is not guaranteed. Like, what are you going to have him and Joe Flacco compete for that? Or is Joe Flacco going to just randomly show spurts of what he used to be like in Baltimore? Don't really see it. I think they know that Jalen Hurts is their starter. I don't know who they're trying to throw off with this bullshit, but they need to give Jalen Hurts an actual fair shot, like more than 8-9 games or 10 games or whatever the fuck he played last year. Give him a fair shot in the NFL. Give him a year. If he isn't what you think he is, fucking just drop him, trade him, do whatever you need to do. I don't see them going quarterback here. I see them taking a wide receiver in Jalen Waddle, wide receiver from Alabama, going to the Philadelphia Eagles at 12. And with the 13th pick, the Los Angeles Chargers, they got Justin Herbert, aka Justin Daddy, aka Big Arm Daddy, aka Justin Hubert. Got to protect Justin Hubert. Rookie of the year, obviously, last year. I think he's going to grow even more this year. He's going to be a fucking serious threat in the league for years to come. Got to protect him. That's why I'm taking Christian Darrisaw, tackle from Virginia Tech, going 13th to LA. With the 14th pick, Minnesota Vikings. This is another one of those New York Giants picks. I don't really know too much about them, to be honest. I'm just going to draft to their needs. I would either go Trayvon Moehrig or Elijah Vera Tucker, depending on if both of them are still on the board or not. Honestly, I'm going to roll the dice on this one. I'm going to go Elijah Vera Tucker, tackle from USC, going to Minnesota Vikings at 14. Now, with the 15th pick, this is where I'm going to throw everybody kind of a curveball. New England Patriots, Bill Belichick, known for signing every criminal in the league and turning their careers around, known for turning character issues into Super Bowls. Guy's still on the board, and he's not going much further. That's why this is the perfect spot for Micah Parsons to be at. Micah Parsons, linebacker from Penn State. He's going to see Billy. He's going to get the guidance he needs. He's joining the New England Patriots at 15. 16th pick, Arizona Cardinals. They added J.J. Watt. They added a bunch of fucking shit in the offseason, like too much to name. This is another team I'm just going to draft to their needs. They're just Christian Barmore, literally 12th ranked in the draft, and you're scooping his ass up. You are scooping him up. Christian Barmore from Alabama, going to Arizona Cardinals at 16. With the 17th pick, Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, you could go tackle. Yeah, you could go guard. I don't see the talent left. Like the 3 top tackles are gone now. 3-4 tackles actually are gone now. Do you waste the 17th pick on a tackle or a guard reaching? I don't see it. I see them picking one of those guys up in the second round. I see them going defense right here. And I see them taking J.C. Horn, cornerback from South Carolina, at pick 17. Another one of those mystery picks, I guess you can say. 18th pick, Miami Dolphins. We're drafting for needs. This website didn't really get the needs right for the Miami Dolphins. We had a number 1 or first round pick in Austin Jackson last year. We got Robert Hunt in the second round. They were rookies. I believe we had like 3 rookies on the O-line last year. Got to give them time to develop. That's why I don't see us going anywhere on the O-line. We also made some moves in the offseason to spruce up the O-line. I see us, honestly, we lost Matt Breida. We only got Myles Gaskin left. And we picked up some bum power back from the Rams, who I see only going 3rd and 1 on the 18th yard line. That's the only time he's going to get the fucking ball. Hey, Tua, your buddy's coming to see you. baby. Let's go. Fins up. I got Najee Harris, halfback from Alabama, going 18th to the Miami Dolphins. And with the 19th pick, Washington football team, don't see them needing anything on defense. Their defense is the reason why that they even made the playoffs last year. They need to spruce up the offense in a big way. Tight end isn't really necessarily deep in this draft. Quarterback, you just signed Ryan Fitzpatrick. Are you really going to reach and get Kyle Trask? I could maybe see it, but that'd be a really stupid move for you guys. Just have Fitzy. Like, he's going to be inconsistent, but that's the way he's going to be, and it'll be a bump up from what you guys had to deal with last year. I see you guys going wide receiver, giving Fitzy another weapon, and I see Rashad Bateman, wide receiver from Minnesota, going to Washington at 19. Chicago Bears at pick 20. You guys got Andy Dalton. You don't need a quarterback. You got Andy Dalton. He's going to be on posters at the stadium all over the place. Used to be the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. You got Andy Dalton. He's your starter. You just, like, you came out and said it. You celebrated it, basically. Don't see you going quarterback. I see you giving him a weapon, though, at wide receiver. I'm going to reach and say Rondell Moore, wide receiver from Purdue, is going to Chicago at pick 20. Pick 21, Indianapolis Colts. Don't really see them going offensive here. I think they're going to scoop up one of the bigger defensive guys in the draft. I see them taking Jalen Phillips from the University of Miami, edge rusher, going 21 to the Indianapolis Colts. Pick 22, going to the Tennessee Titans. Don't really see them needing anything offensively when their defense kind of ruined their season last year. You got Derrick Henry, you got Ryan Tannehill, you got pieces on the offense. It's just, you can't let Lamar Jackson do what he does. It's not, the field is only so wide. You need some corners to cut him off, baby. And you're going to be seeing the Baltimore Ravens again this year. Not saying you're going to see them in the playoffs, but you're going to see them again for sure. And, or even quarterbacks quite like that, because the two-way quarterback, yeah, it's building up in a big way, and I think you need to build towards that. That's why I'm taking Caleb Farley, cornerback from Virginia Tech at 22, going to Tennessee. Pick 23, New York Jets. You got Zach Wilson. You had the second pick. You added a huge weapon offensively. I see you going defense. I see you going edge rusher. I'm taking Kwity Paye, edge rusher from Michigan, going to the New York Jets at pick 23. And with the 24th pick, Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't see you going quarterback here. You got Dwayne Haskins, you got Mason Rudolph, and you still have Ben Roethlisberger. If anybody were to tell me that Dwayne Haskins and Mason Rudolph were to even start a game over Ben Roethlisberger this year, I would tell you you're a fucking liar. Mike Tomlin will let that team go fucking 3-13, 3-14, whatever, how many games there are. He will burn that fucker to the ground with Ben rather than hand that fucking helm off. And same with Ben. Ben will do the exact same thing. The question is, do you replace Connor or do you replace Pouncey? And you can move offensive linemen around to replace Pouncey. You can have a tackle play at guard. You can play guard at center. You can have a tackle at center. They're interchangeable. You know how to play fucking offense. You hit the ball and you fucking block somebody, or you block somebody. Not that complicated. It's more of a size issue or size thing. I see them going halfback here, and I see them taking Travis Etienne, halfback from Clemson, going to the Pittsburgh Steelers at 24. And with the 25th pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars, you're in the same boat as the Jets. You got 2 first-round picks. You just had an absolute piss missile on the offense, 2 big fucking arms. I see the Jaguars kind of repeating what the Jets are going to do. I think they're both going to do the same thing. I think they're going to add one on offense and one on defense. They were such shitty teams last year. Balancing out your first-round picks just makes sense. I see them taking Trayvon Moehrig, safety from TCU, going to Jacksonville Jaguars at pick 25. That brings up the Cleveland shit stains, aka the Browns, aka the team that doesn't have a logo, so they just threw a fucking helmet out there because they were lazy and didn't want to design a logo. Sorry to shit on you, Cleveland Browns fans out there. Need some defense. Need some defense. Until Odell decides what he wants to do and wide receiver becomes another priority, you need defense. This is going to be an easy no-brainer pick. He's still going to be on the board, so you're going to take him. You're going to take Koromoa, linebacker from Notre Dame, going to the Cleveland Browns at pick 26. And that brings up the 27th pick, going to the Baltimore Ravens. Biggest issue for them in the playoffs last year was the fact that Lamar Jackson, against good defenses, couldn't cut it outside. And when a quarterback can't cut outside and get space or weave around on the inside, you're fucked. You need wide receivers that have the size to be able to block. And there's one on the board, and you're going to take him without fucking question. If he is still on the board, it's a no fucking brainer. You are taking Terrace Marshall Jr., wide receiver from LSU, to add some size to wide receiver, some versatility. He can catch, he can block, he's got some size, or you can teach him how to fucking block. You're taking Marshall Jr. at 27. Help out Lamar Jackson, former MVP. That brings up the 28th pick, going to the New Orleans Saints. Biggest need is wide receiver, linebacker, and cornerback. You can spruce up the defense. You lost Drew Brees, so you're going to need to add some aid to your offense. You're going to need some weapons on the outside to kind of aid the quarterback because you don't know if it's going to be Taysom Hill or what. You don't know how they're going to move it around just yet. You haven't really set it in stone. New Orleans is literally known for taking the small speedster. So I'm going to do it again. I'm taking Elijah Moore, wide receiver from Mississippi, going to New Orleans at 28. With the 29th pick, Green Bay Packers. They just need wide receiver. You still have Devontae Adams. You still have Scantling. I would pick wide receiver here if you were confident that down the road you're going to be able to secure the fucking bag for Alexander. I just don't see it. You need an insurance policy on Alexander. You took out an insurance policy on Aaron Rodgers with Jordan Love. You need to do it. I think you do it now. The talent at wide receiver right now, you can pick up in the second round. You don't need to stretch. Pick somebody up that's strong. That's why I think you're taking Greg Newsome II, cornerback from Northwestern, going to Green Bay at 29. With the 30th pick, Buffalo Bills. Defense, defense, defense. You got the offense. You proved that you've got the offense. Just need the defense. As much as I hate to say it, because they're in the same division as me, and quite frankly, fuck the Bills, I see them adding a defensive weapon, Jason Owe, or Owe, whatever the fuck his name is. Jason Owe, edge rusher, Penn State, going to the Buffalo Bills at pick 30. With the 31st pick, Kansas City Chiefs, who watched the Super Bowl last year. I know I did. That was a fucking disaster. That defense smothered the fuck out of that O-line. I know their O-line was injured, but still, like, come on, man. Come on. It's a fucking Super Bowl. You got to figure your shit out. It literally rang red alarms throughout the whole league, and literally everybody knows that they need to add on the offensive line. I'm literally going to take the best offensive line here. I'm not taking Walker Little. I'm taking Tevin Jenkins, tackle from Oklahoma State, going to Kansas City at 31. And last but not least, the reigning Super Bowl champions, aka Tom's team, 32nd pick, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom's got some years left in the tank. He's proved that. He switched teams and literally won a Super Bowl his first fucking year, and then, said, I'll play another year, tack a couple on, but I'm guaranteed one. I'm able to cut it after this year if it's a fucking shit show. But I'm going to make sure that it's not by recruiting all the boys back again. Smart move here would be You could add something on defense just in case you can't secure the bag for when they lose if they lose confidence in winning chips. You could do that. I could probably see that happening, but I can see them taking a quarterback. Just Tom is on his way out of the NFL. It would be perfect to mentor the next Tampa Bay Buccaneer quarterback. Only other quarterback I would even take in this fucking draft, to be honest. Staying in Florida. I'm taking Kyle Trask, quarterback from Florida, going 32nd to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's going to learn from the fucking best. Grades are only going to tell me half the story. You got to let me know down in the comments below. Did you like what I picked for your team? Do you think I picked for your team's needs? Did I pick what you wanted me to pick for your team? Let me know everything in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all of the support so far. I'm so glad that I finally got to do my 2021 NFL mock draft. And a little public service announcement. I'll be going live for the draft next Thursday on my Instagram. Link for my Instagram is down in the description. So just follow Potty Sports on Instagram. Going to be going live for that. Going to be having some drinks. Going to be getting rowdy. I'm going to be either fucking devastated or just overwhelmed with joy. Going to have the drink in me. So everything's going to be awesome. You're going to want to see it. So stay tuned for that. Go to the Instagram, follow it, and put some notifications on or some shit. Going live on Thursday for the NFL draft. It's going to be fucking wild.